guys, welcome back to PC Building Simulator. And today it looks like we've got 4 PCs and some components to pick up there. Let's go ahead and power on our computer here. So it looks like tomorrow we've got our $500 rent due, so we need to make sure that we have that. And we don't have to go negative. We shouldn't have any issue with that since we have $3,700 right now. So let's see here. So that one, we're just replacing the power supply. They need a benchmark, power supply, and hard drive, and diagnose and fix. So we'll go ahead and throw these two on the benches. Yeah, he's dusted. Okay. So let's see here. Open for email. Let's try to find. Alright, so won't turn on. So it's probably the power supply is broke. Let's see what they've got. So they've got a Sheen Power King 250. Add to the cart. I think I just added 2. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Alright, power supplies. 250. Oh, okay, that's the shipping. So let's see. If we power it on. Alright, yeah. More than likely it's the power supply, because it's not even attempting to power on. So let's remove this PSU shroud. Go ahead and disconnect all cables. Remove the PSU. And let's see. Broke. So that's it. Alright, so that one, we'll order that while we make sure, because I think we'll have to do another order possibly for the benchmark computer. So let's go ahead and blow this out. Slowly but surely get all this dust out. If you guys have any tips for speeding up that process, leave them down below. Sometimes to me it seems like it's really inconsistent, and I don't know if it's just me not blowing the dust in the right places, or if it literally is just an inconsistent thing. So alright, so we need to remove the power supply here. Okay, gonna unplug all these cables again. Be much easier to do this from the back, but don't feel like taking that back panel off. So this is for a Museo. Let's find them. Alright, so we need to do a virus scan as well. We already dusted it out, so let's see. What power supply did they have in there? They had the Cooler Master 500. So throw that back in. We'll install the PSU mounts. Gotta remove, unplug that cable first, and then we can put this. Go ahead and mount up the power supply. So they didn't want any colored cables, so, or any specific colored cables, so that's nice. So now we just have to connect everything back to the power supply. Connect the motherboard, and then the CPU power. Get powered up. Put our flash drive in here. Gonna be adding a program by our scanner while that gets installed. Put the case back on, or the panel. And restart. Just wait for it to boot up. Then start the scan. 430 files. Go clean that up, and that computer is done. So we'll throw it back out here in the hallway. And let Amanda know that her computer is ready for pickup. We got 5 stars on Bongle. And there we go. Alright, so discard her email. So let's see. Looks like we've got some left over from our last episode that we didn't clear out. So diagnose and fix. So we're waiting for the PSU there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Justin's. I think this is our other PSU. So take it off. Take off the back panel, because that's technically the front panel on this case. Alright, and we're gonna start unplugging stuff from the power supply. And screw it. Yeah, this is an interesting case. I'm not sure if this is a case in real life. It's interesting that it pulls, or has that opening at the bottom. I just now realized that. I've done a few computers in these cases, and I just didn't even think about that being the way that is. So we're also replacing the hard drive. So he had a 3 terabyte Seagate Barracuda. I believe that we ordered one of those. Sure did. And then let's go ahead, and he had the Corsair TX 550M. And I believe he was one that wanted a Corsair power supply, because I think he said something about the quality. Let's check. Yeah, so I read that Corsair parts are really good. Now, I'm a big fan of Corsair parts. I have Corsair power supply in my actual computer, and I've got a Corsair mouse and keyboard. But if I was replacing a Corsair part, I don't know that I would go with Corsair again. But, okay, let's cable it up. Need to make sure that he didn't want any. Alright. No custom cables. Gotta make sure that we do, get the good Bongle reviews. So plug up the motherboard, get the hard drive power up, plugged in, SATA to the hard drive. Bet we'll end up having to reinstall the OS as well, and then the computer case. Let's go ahead and power it up to see if we're gonna have to put on the OS. He has an SSD on the back, but it looks like we will have to install that OS, so that's fine. Go ahead and install our USB drive here. Power it off. Power it back up. Go ahead and put the side panel back on. I saw this up here and thought that was RGB lighting inside the case, but it's just the screen on the other side, so. Alright, so power down, and that one's good to go. Throw it out here. We will let Justin know that he is good to go. So, got the bonus for using the Corsair power supply and only using new parts. So, that is one thing that I haven't had to deal with right now. I'm doing nothing but new parts, so I haven't had to deal with somebody whose budget was small enough that they wanted used parts, or they needed used parts more so, but we may get there eventually. I'm not sure if that's like a thing in the game where possibly requires you to like think a little bit, but all right. So this one we need to upgrade to 16 gigs of RAM. So it looks like he's got 1 stick of RAM in there already. And I believe what we did was we just bought a matching pair or matching stick. Yep, team group. And then he has. Let's see what other parts he has in here. So he's got an i5 6400. I think we're replacing this graphics card to get to that. 3573. Computer's currently at 1634, so let's look at parts. Did I? No, I didn't order any new CPU, so go ahead and take this out. And we're going to install the 980 Ti Gaming 6 gig Golden Edition. So we will first make sure that he didn't want any specific cables. So plastic blues look really nice. I don't know that I have the blue cables right now. I do not. So I think with that we can go to shop cables. We'll add those to cart. We'll also get the sleeved ones. And we'll go ahead and get the tight ones. Go ahead and get tight plastic ones. Did I get the... No, I did not add those. So scroll down here, get the tight plastic, black and white. All right. Get the ribbon white, ribbon black. And it looks like that we have all of those. So let's go ahead, we'll do same day delivery. Buy now. So those should be here. So now we have the power supply for that computer, along with the cables that this guy wanted. So go ahead and unplug all these. I know not all of these will have the blue cable, but it's just easier to go ahead and unplug them all, make sure they're all the same. All right, let's see. That is the ribbon. Let's do sleeved. I like the way the sleeved cables look. No, that is nice. CPU, connect the fan up here. Connect the case. The fan's over here in the front, and then the graphics card to power. Maybe if I can. Let's go ahead and power it up. I'm going to leave the panel off right now just because I don't know if we're going to achieve that benchmark. We don't have too much room left in the budget. I think we might be able to get a better processor, but it would just be a very slight upgrade. Let's go ahead and install the USB drive. Okay. And we're going to install 3D Mark. Make sure that he's not wanting a virus scan. Does not say so. So go ahead and restart. While that restarts, go ahead and put our new power supply in for Bruce here. All right. And go ahead and start this run. And we'll check to see if Bruce, I don't think he wanted anything here. Yep. He's just needing the issue fixed. So let's go ahead and we're gonna give him blue cables. It doesn't cost us anything after we buy them. So just gonna throw all these cables in here, make this computer look a little better. All right, can we power up from there? Okay, we're booting to OS, so let's go ahead and put his PSU mounts back on. And we'll put on the side panel. Okay. So this one's still running. It's looking good though. So it's power. This one down for Bruce. Go ahead and stick it out in the hallway. Tell him he's ready to collect. Got 5 stars from Bongle. Looking good. So, and discard his email. Now we're just kind of waiting on this one to be done. So,
a few moments later.
Alright, so we did not get the benchmark, I don't believe. Oh, we did. Never mind. We, again, killed that benchmark. I thought it was 5,300 for some reason. So let's go ahead and put the side panel back on. Yeah, we like annihilated that one. Just like we've been doing, coming in way under budget. I say way under budget. We were under budget $235, which if you can save that much money on, you know, a graphics card upgrade, that's a great thing. So let's go ahead and collect. All right. Darren was happy with it. He only gave us 4 stars. It's going to be what it is. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and discard that. All right. So we got an email from a random person. Looks like it's just an old person trying to use Google. So discard that. Here is our potential spam email again for another work. So they want a 3D mark of 3,000 and they want us to fully build a computer. So do we do it? I'm fine with doing it. Again, we're not going to spend a crazy amount of money on it, and it's worth at least building a computer to try. So, all right. So we've got Blake here. I think this is Blake that we've worked with a few times. So we need to replace the PSU and the CPU. He's not needing an upgrade, he's just needing it replaced. So he's got a Ryzen 3 1200. 1200. So his budget's 210. So we should be able to do that without any issue. And then Sheen Power King 400. Alright, let's make sure. $190. Looks good. Let's go ahead and accept that. Diagnose and fix. Go ahead and accept that. Look at it when it gets here. And then another 3D mark. Benchmark that we need to achieve. So we're going to be upgrading the processor on that one for sure. And the graphics card. But we'll go ahead and accept it, and we can order all that stuff since we'll have to order some other things anyway. So, all right, so we'll go ahead and if I close out of this, because I can order that stuff with the stuff that I need, that I will order the next day in the game. So, okay, so it does keep the cart. So I'll just add on to that instead of paying $30 there and then $100 for tomorrow's shipment. So. Alright, got some new parts unlocked. Discard, discard. Alright, new RAM there. A whole list of stuff there. Pretty cool. So, we'll go ahead and call it a day for this day in PC Building Simulator. Tomorrow will be another active day in the shop, along with paying our rent. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.